it is so hard to see the real picture when people are so scared of saying what they really think because they don't know who they're speaking to, whether it is independent sociologist or it is someone from, I don't know, FSB who just wants to put them in jail. There are even cases when people who were participating in vox pops on the streets, and there are cases when people were prosecuted and were sent to jail for saying in these vox pops. So, I mean, of course, we can somehow tell about like the situation and the level of improvement, but it is impossible to see fully the real picture in authoritarian country because every word, every opinion can be used against you. And of course, people are just like scared of expressing it. There is this minority that, like, I don't know, I cannot estimate it in percentage or something like this, that really supports the ideas and everything. And there is this minority that does not approve it at all, that is against the war, that is like really like full-heartedly hates what is happening. And there is a majority that is apolitical. They just live their lives. They can go with anything that is happening because they're focused on what is happening in their lives. Strongest and the loudest anti-war movements in Russia are led by women. Women are faces of this anti-war movement. There are both so-called partisan silent movements that are when um, local anti-war female initiatives. For example, one of them is called Feminist Anti-War Resistance. This movement was created by women, and they have activists in Russian regions, in some places, of the wives of soldiers who were mobilized during the draft of 2021 in September. So yeah, and we know that right now more than 1,000 of Russian citizens were prosecuted for expressing anti-war views and sent to jail. I cannot say that like there is some, loud, huge anti-war movement. No, society is very atomized also in terms of like any anti-war movements because officials did everything to atomize people. They just like you have to have institutions to be able to organize, and officials know it, so they destroyed institutions. It is really hard for me to come up with a decision that all the global leaders cannot come up with. And I mean, it is really, really, really hard and tricky one because what does it mean to stop the war? Does it mean that what Russia occupied will stay Russian, which means dehumanization, de-Ukrainianization, and it is called naturalization of people. And I would not wish it for any Ukrainian to do with the Ukrainians who live on the occupied territories. Russia just wants them to say, hello, I'm Russian, and I forget everything I knew before it, and my country and everything. And yeah, it's like cruel. I At the same time, I do not see right now the option in which Russia says, okay, take it back. And I cannot imagine the situation in which Putin says, okay, I give it to you. So yeah, it's impossible to say, but those who have this just, I mean, physical power and guns, of course, they can win in short distance. But in terms of the long distance, what really inspired me throughout last years was Iran and their protests. Women there are in so much worse situation than we are. And like it just shows that we have this power just when we are together. Because if it would not be, you know, threatening for them, why would they prohibit it? I want to say that throughout these 3 years, women truly became my inspiration, my source of support, source of power, and